Looking back at the highlights of the year from Tatiana Weston-Webb and Stephanie Gilmore, they are going head-to-head in match number 2 here at the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Lower Trestles is the location. It's a beautiful California day, but we have a lot on the line.
When these two ladies do battle.
We're starting off here with Steph Gilmore, a little bit caught behind the section there, so that's going to be the opener for the 7-time world champ. Priority switches to Tatiana Weston-Webb. We'll see if Tati is interested in the second wave of the set, and here she goes on the backhand. Winds up off the bottom, chops off the top. Looking down the line, building up some speed, eyeing the lip. Another hook off the top for Weston-Webb. Make it 2 in a row. Froth to deal with, wants to close this thing out and does so. So early advantage to Tatiana Weston-Webb. Here we go. We're going to check out this opener for Tatiana Weston-Webb. Talk us through this.
Well, Tati, the only goofy foot in the mix on the women's side. So fun to watch this approach. Definitely a point of difference from her. Been loving the stomp and emphasis that she really puts on her backhand maneuvers. Just gets up in that lip line, completes that wave. Great start for Tati.
Looking left here, Tatiana Weston-Webb takes her time off the bottom. Big carve straight onto the rail, bringing it all the way around. Big snap right behind that. Weston-Webb with the momentum down the line. Another gouge there. Catches a little bit of a rail, recovers from it, no problem, and continues her assault down the line. Finishing maneuver and a lot of momentum going to Tatiana Weston-Webb right now.
Solid surfing from Tati. Nice to see, you know, that fresh perspective on the left, on her forehand. That first rail turn was so beautiful. She dug a lot of power in.
One more time. Let's check it out, Rosie.
Yeah, beautiful stretch out wall for Tati. She tries to find that little cup to do the work on. Beautiful carve there. Throws that tail, stays in that power source, like really cutting back into that white water. Almost loses it there. The rail gets a tiny bit dirty, but does a lot of work on this inside section and completes the wave. So good from Tati. I think every match that we've seen, everyone is kind of upping the ante, and there's no, you can't kind of warm up into these heats. Everyone's going for it, you know, toe to toe, turn for turn, really. Everything matters.
Another good number for Tatiana Weston-Webb. Meanwhile, Steph Gilmore taking a look at this right. 7-time world champ drops in, carves off the top. DHD under her foot, looking good. Snaps it there for some variety. Long, drawn-out roundhouse back into the whitewater. Big snap, throws the fins on that turn and gets the finish. So that's going to be Steph Gilmore's best wave so far in this match.
Yeah, good to see Steph kind of warming into this heat and starting that approach. Like I said, every single wave that we've seen Steph take off on, the intent from her is right there, bubbling under the surface. Fun to watch this approach from Steph. She finds this first section, digs in with that beautiful carve. Like I said, a lot of speed coming out. She's looking for that next maneuver choice. This wave kind of tapering out to sea, so she's really got to create those critical sections for herself. She gets this little rebate here on the inside. Ooh, kind of sticky on whether or not she completed that last maneuver.
Interesting. We take a look at this in slow motion, Rosie.
Yeah, just beautiful technique from Steph. Does that kind of tap to try and get that bottom turn into that second maneuver choice, flaring on that rail. I mean, you really see, you know, how much of the rail line is submerged in the slow-mo, and just the variety that Steph is bringing to every turn. I think that's maybe something she's really thought about.
On the beach, and we're just rooting for everybody up high and making sure everybody's knowing that we are really excited to see them serve.
Most definitely. A really interesting start to the day for Stephanie Gilmore. Obviously, a really tricky first heat. She saved herself in the end, though.
I think something Tati is just so good at is once she's established herself in a heat, she really starts to kind of rattle the cage of her competitors. She's really able to get in between the ears of who she's surfing against and kind of upset their mind space.
Well, utilizing priority here, takes this right. Nice opening snap. The second one, a little drift on that turn for Weston-Webb. Staying busy and with great tempo through that final section there. cheers from the beach of approval from the Weston-Webb camp.
I think so. As we take another look, you know, Tati just flexing that priority, and I love the fact that she's able to really utilize that critical section, just bottom turning around that first bit of whitewater to get her in the critical zone. This wave kind of flattens out, but drifting that tail so beautifully, complete control of her equipment, low center of gravity. So, you know, this is what I love. That wind up there with that bottom turn around the whitewater keeps her in that cupping part of the wave.
And this Zuvi, this Marcio Zuvi sharp eye board, looking exactly that, sharp under her feet.
Yeah, man, her equipment, like everything, all of what you can work on as a surfer. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you stand up and you can just hot knife through butt on that wave, and you just know that when you step on the gas, it's going to be there for you.
Getting on the gas here, Steph Gilmore banks it off the top there. Tapered wall, so she's going to have to settle for a roundhouse back into the whitewater. Little tail release on that snap coming through the inside section here. And the rail work that we have grown accustomed to from Steph Gilmore. A couple more snaps on the inside. Weston-Webb right behind. Gilmore has to bail out of that section. And we're going to follow Steph Gilmore for the finish. So nice exchange between the two surfers. We'll be waiting on some numbers. Here's the replay, Steph Gilmore.
Yeah, Steph just waiting on the bottom there, just waiting for that wave to stand up, glides into that carving maneuver. What I like from Steph is when you watch this turn right here, she kind of waits at the bottom of the wave for it to stand up, knowing that she needs that critical section. You know, we saw her earlier this morning, she had that one error where she pushed a little bit too hard and went off the back. I feel like her placement on the wave is a lot better now. She's staying in the critical sections. On that last maneuver, that's the standout move for me right there from Steph. You know, the bookend, the first maneuver and that last, really giving the judges something to think about.
That they do, and we do that at every single stop. Live action here with Stephanie Gilmore, who checked in with a 7-point ride when we went to break, and Gilmore getting busy. Now she's cut the need to a 7.88 against Tatiana Weston-Webb, and she may have just turned the corner, Rosie.
Here we go, Cops. Now it starts to, the action really starts to heat up. I love.
Let's take another look at this wave.
Yeah, medium-sized wave from Steph. Fiddles through that kind of roundhouse cutback. There she makes a little bit of connection. Wow, that right there, the reverse, just throwing that tail out, just cool point of difference, and then gets really aggressive on these inside maneuvers, lays it back on that last option. So did that wave have the height on it to give her the 7.88? This maneuver obviously is just such a point of difference, that progression, and bringing something different for our eyeballs to ingest and to enjoy. Just getting another look, just, you know, really identifying that section, going for that rail grab, throwing those fins around, just so well executed. I think what I really enjoyed about this maneuver is the fact that the downtime into the next maneuver.
モチベーションに変えて、ネクストシーズン2023年に向けて頑張りたいので、みんなの応援をよろしくお願いします。
Enjoy your off season, Kanoa.
You think about Marcio and the fact, oh, we got live action. I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Pete. We got Steph Gilmore, the heat leader, up and riding, utilizing priority. A couple of snaps for the 7-time world champ. Goes for the nose pick spin again, that time incomplete. So attention is going to shift back to Tatiana Weston-Webb, but that will not change the situation. Weston-Webb trailing Steph Gilmore, needing a 7.31. But now, Rosie, Tatiana has priority in 4 minutes. Here we go. This is going to be it for Tatiana Weston-Webb. Winds up off the bottom, hooks it off the top, throwing a ton of spray. Patient on the bottom again. One more big hook off the top for Weston-Webb. Moving down the line, stabs it for the closeout section, pumps her fist.
Tati's wave right here. She gets that 3-turn combo. First maneuver, just really staunch, releasing that tail. And then second maneuver, same thing. So, you know, 3 really crucial maneuvers in the critical section.
7.31, but right behind her, fighting back, Steph Gilmore eases her way through a nice rail cutback, snaps up in the lip there. A little check turn working down the line, a little bit of fin release, and loses forward momentum with that final maneuver. Nice exchange between the two surfers. We'll see if Steph Gilmore was able to extend her lead over Tatiana Weston-Webb.
Up to turn this heat, and then Steph on the wave right behind. You can tell there's a lot of rib through the face. That's that wind swell coming into play. Steph slides through that section right there. That's a good drift. Kind of sets up this next maneuver. Almost gets a little bit hung up there. But that right there, she does get a little bit caught. So, ooh, can that better the 7-point ride?
There's the numbers, and it was some big numbers for Steph Gilmore. An 8.3 and a 7-point ride, 15.3 two-wave totals, enough for the 7-time world champ to continue her quest for an 8th title. She's going to move on into match number 3 against Joanne DeFay.